Hi friends, Nikki Watson here. So I wanted to touch on having a miracle mindset when it comes to money. And Marie Forleo touches on this in her video blog for her Marie TV episode for the week. And I always had a kind of fear associated with money. Kind of like I always had a job and I always was able to create money, and I was always able to save money and spend it on certain things. And I bought my first car. I would pay for my car insurance, pay for my cell phone bill. Like I had multiple jobs when I was in college. So I never had a fear about earning money or saving money or keeping money. But as I got older, I started to have like this, like there was just so much. Right? There's just when you buy a house and when you have a car payment, when you don't pay for your car in cash, and it's not $3,000 like my first car was. You have a car payment. God willing, one day, you won't have a car payment. But so then you have car insurance, and then you have your cell phone bill, and then you have like all these utilities, and then you have for me, a lot of the time it was daycare expenses, and you just have things coming in from the woodworks, right? There's just so much. It feels like, and you feel like you're overwhelmed with all these different bills that you have to pay, and all these, you just feel like every time you turn around, you're pulling out your debit card and you have to pay for something, gas, everything. And you turn on the news and it's like doom and gloom, spending money, losing money, the government's in debt. So that affects us. All that energy and all that crap, that affects us too. So if you can recognize that pattern, early on, that's the first step. First step to recovery. So something that I learned, I think it was from Kate Northrup. I did not buy her book and read it, but I watched some of her videos, and one of the things that she talks about is having like a ritual with like paying your bills. So making it a very positive thing, not like, oh, I'm going to pay this bill or I have to, spend money on something. Very much more of a positive thing that you're blessing. I think she calls her bills invoices for blessings already received. And I thought that was so positive. So at first it was really awkward for me to kind of have that experience, but the more I started to put it into practice, the more it became really natural for me. So I went through, and I was also reading May Cause Miracles by Gabby at the time, and we were learning about money, and it was like a chapter about money and your relationship with money, and it can go way back to like the ideas and the thoughts that your parents have put on you about money. So you may think that you believe a certain thing about money, but looking back on it, you have all of these beliefs that are in your subconscious that you don't even know about. Learn them and then fix them, or make them better for you. Make them whatever best serves you. So I went through this ritual of where I was blessing all of my bills, right? So instead of being like, I gotta pay this bill, I was like, okay, well, we're gonna bless, thank you for providing me with this service. Thank you for lending me this money and whatnot. And just blessing it and putting a new energy into the space, rather it being like feeling of lack. So because I spent so much time in this feeling of lack, like, oh, we don't have enough, and we're spending more, and we're just everything, you're just always spending, you're always paying a bill or whatever. So I really created this new energy, and I'm totally still working on it. And I'm so much more comfortable talking about it now than I was when I first started, because it was so new to me, and I think that's how a lot of things are. But I invite you to explore your relationship with money a little bit more and really release that lack mentality. And Marie Forleo gives a really good tip in her video, which is to, when you pay for something, say, there's more where that came from. So I started to get into the routine of just blessing my purchases. Every time I would pay for something, I would just say, I bless this with love and light, and I bless the person who receives this, and I know it will come back to me. So it's all about that faith and love and conviction and positive attitude. And I know Christmas is coming up, so everybody's kind of, the energy, I think, for everybody is really heightened, and things are just kind of coming to the surface, our triggers and everything like that. So I invite you to explore your relationship with money a little bit more. And you can check out my blog for some more information about things that I like to talk about, I like to write about, and just bring all of our crap to the surface, really, so that we can let it go. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I thank you for letting me share.